If I have learned anything from my time here on Earth, it's that life is not about the destination, it's about the journey. As my idol, Miley, once said, it doesn't matter how fast I get there. It doesn't matter what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Now let's go smoke some salvia out of my bong. These are 7 things that I've learned. Thing number 1, there's no such thing as cooties, but there is such thing as herpes. Which are kind of like adult cooties, but a little worse. Thing number 2. Okay, this is the funny dating correlation, or lack thereof. There's been some recent research done, and as you can see, going across the x-axis is the amount of times that a pretty girl will tell me I'm funny in a day, and on the y-axis is the percentage of how much she wants to date me. And as you see, the number of times that she tells me I'm funny in a day increases, the percentage stays exactly the same. And the researchers who found this data have recently come to the conclusion that the results really pissed them off. Next slide. Red tube and red box are not the same thing. They are indeed very different. I used to walk into Hannaford's and be like, why are they allowed to have this here? If you're not laughing right now, good for you. Next slide. All right, item number 4. The Chilean miners confusion. You might remember the story last year about the Chilean miners who were trapped for a couple weeks. Well, I don't think the news programs did a very good job in covering the story because there was some definite ambiguity left. Because I'm sure I'm not the only one here who, when they first heard this story, didn't automatically assume they were talking about miners from Chile and not miners trapped in a Chili's. Common misconception. Next slide. Girls' farts. I've been told that girls do not fart. I still don't know if this is true, but what I do know is that Nancy Pelosi always looks like she's holding a big one. One of these days, that thing's gotta escape. All right, thing number 6, birthday spankings are weird. I don't know if you had a similar elementary school experience as I, but I found when I was in like kindergarten and 1st grade, the teacher actually used to take you on your birthday and sprawl you across her lap, and she would spank your bottom for the amount of years that you had survived. And this is just a really weird concept, and I think it's so weird because it's not like a universal thing that like every 1st grade teacher does. It's only certain ones, the ones who want to do it. But when you think about it, the ones who want to do it are probably the ones who shouldn't be allowed to do it. Some of my elementary school teachers are actually here tonight. So I'd love to check in with you after the show and find the current status on birthday spankings. Hopefully they've left the curriculum. Item number 7. Next slide. Some words can be used appropriately and can still be thought to be inappropriate. I have a story. Last January, I wanted to better myself, better my vocabulary. So I purchased a word of the day calendar. And my goal was for every day that I had a word, I would try to use that word on the day, you know, to try to improve my vocabulary. So one day, I opened the calendar, and the word was buncombe. Buncombe is a word that means foolish or insincere talk, nonsense. So that day, I went to literature class, and my teachers told us that we had a pop quiz. So I very appropriately stood up and said, hey, that's a load of buncombe. And what happened? Was I applauded for my vernacular? Was I given a round of applause for my extraordinarily excellent vocabulary? No. I was sent to the office and punished. And let me tell you something, that punishment was a load of buncombe. And that is what I've learned.